Hi guys, welcome back. As you know that whenever you are going for consulting interview, always the requirement will be there, how much project exposure you have. So whenever you are searching any job also, so always you will find that end-to-end project implementation experience you should have, rollout project experience you have, migration project you should have. So that is why whenever you are preparing your interview, or even if you are learning the SAP module, any module you can take here, so the same approach will be applicable. So whenever you are preparing, make sure that every scenario, anything which you are going to configure in the system, it should be a project based. That means all the scenarios should be real life scenarios, it should be there. So in today's video, I'm going to take one real life scenarios which is very common in day-to-day operations. You will find it. So for example, let's say one company, let's name this company as Technova Electronics Private Limited, and that company manufacture and distribute electronic goods. And for their distribution point of view, they have decided that they will purchase one new delivery vehicle from Tata Motors, and the cost, you can take anything. I'm taking here that 10,000 INR suppose. So as per the purchase agreement, the company must pay 50% advance. So I think you can guess already. So it is asset acquisition scenario, and the requirement here is that asset should be purchased not through F-90. Asset should be purchased from the logistic module. That means FIMM integration is also applicable here. Another condition is the company should pay 50% advance before delivery, and the remaining once they will receive the vehicle, or once the invoice will be raised. And it's a practically, like you will say, it's a common scenario. Even whenever we are going for any transactions, this type of requirements will be there, or when we will go for interview, this type of requirement also will be there. So I would say that this is a classic real world process which handled through FI, MM integrations, MM plus FI plus asset, and all the integrations will be there. And I'm going to use here S4 HANA platform to check these scenarios. So first we will start with the vendor invoice. So that means here, whenever the purchase order will be created, so there we are going to put the condition that 50% advance is payable. So that means vendor advance process will be there, and we know that what is the accounting entry for that. So the accounting entry for the vendor invoice, vendor advance is going to debit, which is your special GL transaction. Okay, SP means special GL transactions, and the credit will be the bank account. So bank is going to credit and vendor advance will be there. Now in this particular transaction, asset is not involved here. It's a normal payment, advance payment. So here vendor is involved here and FI is involved here. But as we know that whenever we are going to purchase anything, or whenever you are going to spend anything related to asset, it should be capitalized. So this advance also need to be capitalized. So the moment you are going to post this transaction, automatically you will also get the accounting view from the asset point of view. Means the same informations that this is our operational transaction, and asset point of view also you will find that some impact should be there. So automatically you will find that asset advance is going to be debit. Now it is your towards contribution towards your asset. So asset advance is going to debit 5,000 and down payment clearing is going to be 5,000. After these transactions, if you'll see, let's say we created the purchase order, we made the payment, advance payment done. After that, when you will check your AW01 or your asset report, you will find that this 5,000 should reflect there, right? So this is our two transactions automatically will be there. Transactions will be one, right? But automatically you will find two impact. One is your subledger impact related to vendor. Another one is your subledger impact related to the asset. After that, we are going to have the vendor invoice. So when we are going to purchase the asset, so asset account is going to debit and credit will be the vendor. So first PO will be there. Then we are going to convert the purchase order into goods receipt, and at the time of goods receipt, the accounting impact will be there or not as per the settings. So if we'll go for non-valuated GR, then with reference to GR, no accounting will be there. And if we'll go for the non-valuated GR, then accounting entry will be there. But as here the invoice condition is there, that means 100% after 100% payment, then the vehicle will be delivered. So that's why at the time of GR, I'm not going to capitalize the full asset, or this 10,000 I am not going to capitalize. Once I will process the MIRO or the vendor invoice, that time we are going to capitalize the asset. But it differed from business to business, it differed from product to product. So here delivery of vehicle after invoice, so I am going to capitalize the asset after MIRO, not after MIGO. So as already we paid advance 5,000 towards vendor, so that we are going to reconcile with your invoice. Then finally 5,000 we are going to make the payment to the vendor. So this will be the process, and this is the scenario, and this scenario we are going to see in the system. Like this, I am adding multiple scenarios in my live sessions, which is a project based training. So this training is designed exclusively those who are currently working as SAP analyst or SAP business user and you want to upgrade to the consulting role. So for them it is designed. So it is S4 HANA Finance and controlling, right? So you can go through this content for more details. So this is like 100% project based training. So initially, like each and everything will be covered here. Okay, and 3 projects I planned here. So first one will be your end-to-end implementations, another one will be the rollout project, and third one will be support. Because any profile you take, job point of view, always you will find this type of projects requirements will be there, and it's not required that you will add some fake experience to justify that. So with proper documentation, with proper project portfolio, you can very easily crack the interview, but provided that if you have the knowledge on that. Okay, now back to the topic. Let's create the one asset master for this, and step by step we are going to check this one. So first step, we are going to create 2 asset master, because in this example anything I'm going to purchase, I will not transfer directly to the asset, means in our example that is vehicle. So first I will transfer to asset under construction. Asset under construction is not your real asset. This is temporarily we are going to create one asset master. We will first transfer the values to the asset under construction, then from asset under construction or AUC we will settle the values to the asset, because in real business you will find like this only. So first we will transfer to AUC, then from AUC to the final asset. And this AUC is not like something construction asset, nothing, because in vehicle purchase nothing to be constructed. So it's just temporarily we are going to create asset. So that will be one asset, and another one, of course, the distribution, the delivery vehicle will be there. So we need to have 2 asset class here. So one asset class I have created for AUC and another asset class I created for the vehicle. So let me create the first asset, S01 transaction code, and the asset class will be Z6003, and this will be my AUC for vehicle. Okay, and other details you may fill here. So like cost center, because I'm going to run the depreciation too, so I will add here the cost center, admin department, and accordingly I got the profit center, and just save it. So this is no depreciation and all need to maintain because it's a temporary asset, so just save it. Similarly, I need to create one proper asset, that will be my vehicle, and that one I have created as Z6004, and this will be our delivery vehicle. So we'll add the cost center. And here we need to maintain the depreciation because we have to calculate the depreciation too. So depreciation area, both 01 and 010. So here I have for parallel accounting, for parallel valuation, I have maintained 2 depreciation areas. But you can practice with only 1 depreciation area, that is fine. Our purpose is to understand the business scenarios. This is again another advanced scenario, that means multiple ledgers are connected with 2 different depreciation areas. So I will take here life of the asset and save. So we created the asset number 1003. So now I'm going to create the purchase order. So normal process for creating the purchase order. So select here the supplier, business partner, anything you can take here. So I will take this particular supplier. Then other details I will maintain here, like purchase organization, purchase group, company code, and here we are so we are purchasing asset. It's not a normal purchase, so add the account assignment accordingly. So this will be asset, add that one, and the product we are going to purchase, that is data truck. So accordingly material master I will update. Okay, and details 1 item, delivery date I'm just taking today's date, and other details. So here I have not created the purchase pricing procedure. So that's why I'm just going to maintain my condition informations manually. So purchase price is 10,000. So that's why I have updated here 10,000. Now important is in account assignment, which asset we are going to update. You may update here the actual asset, that is 1003, that is vehicle. But as I said, I'm going to use here AUC. So that's why I will not transfer everything, or I will not transfer this value or any transactions initially to the main asset. First I will transfer to AUC, then from AUC I will transfer to the, or I will settle to the main asset. So for that purpose I will take here the asset number, whatever we have created 2002. Otherwise just click here and see here whatever the we created. So we created the asset number to I wrongly selected the main asset. I need to select the AUC, this one. So asset number 2002, and automatically you will find that the respective GL account is updated here. And then next important point here is that that condition, that 50% advance we need to select. So we will update that too. Okay, so that informations, that advance information, so as I said 50% advance we need to add here. So that part also we need to update here. So down payment category we are going to update. So we will update here mandatory down payment. And now it is asking, you can either update the amount or you can update the percentage. So I will update here the percentage 50%, or the amount, maybe it will be difference we will not get. So let's change the example. Let's make it 60%. So 60% of 10,000. So automatically you can see amount 6,000 is appearing here. And down payment date, accordingly I will take today's date. Okay, so update it. Now save this purchase order. And note this purchase order because for the transactions it is required. Step number 3. Step number 1, asset creation. Step number 2, purchase order creation. Step number 3, vendor payment. Vendor payment for advance 60%. So make the advance payment. So it will be AP team. AP team is going to make the payment. So it will be F-48. Quickly I'm doing, so you can go to the accounts payable and you can check the navigation node. So I'm selecting here today's date. Okay, and so it is our advance payment. Add here the account, bank account, vendor account, to which vendor we are going to make the advance. So select the vendor, then special GL indicators, then select here your house bank informations for advance payment. Okay, and select here the GL account for related to your bank. So I will take this one 1002 and select here the amount. So the amount is 6,000. Then value date I will take today's date. Continue. Now here you need to specify what we are towards this advance we are going to make the payment to vendor towards what? Towards purchase of that asset. So you need to specify here the purchase document. So automatically the asset informations will, although we have selected the purchase order number, so you can add that one. Okay, it's there, and accordingly you can, otherwise you can search the document purchase order. So this is the 10 is nothing but that line item, one line item was there. Enter, and it is 6,000. Now you can see automatically the asset number 2002 is coming. So 2002 is your asset under construction, as I have selected here the purchase order. Now post it. This is our accounting transaction posted. Now first we will verify these accounting transactions. Then after that we will continue further. So I got the document here 15003. Now let's see what are the accounting entries or what are the documents are generated. So first let me check here so I'm in this company code. I have not posted any transaction today. I'm just selecting here the date today, and let's see what are the areas are updated with these particular transactions. So it is a vendor payment, vendor advance payment. So of course the vendor should be updated. So simultaneously let's select the vendor too, because it is important that you should understand that business process. That is the logic of doing the project or project scenarios. So I will select here the supplier to Tata Motors, right? Sorry, I'm in wrong T code, FBL1N. Execute. Now it's not normal transaction, so you have to make sure that special GL transaction has to be activated. So as we paid advance 6,000, so that is available here. Indicator is A, and also you can see the GL part is also updated. Bank leave it, nothing related to important for us. Now here you can see the document number 15003 updated, and another document is also updated 15004. Let's check this one. With one transaction, I got here two documents. So this is my normal posting entry. So here you can see vendor is going to be debit because it's an advance payment we did. So bank account is credit and your vendor account is debited because it's not purchase. Vendor is not going to credit here. Vendor is going to be debit because without having anything, we made the payment in advance. So if we'll go to the asset view, so you can see that this is my operation document and asset document is there. So vendor is going to be debit and bank is going to credit, and that value also we capitalize. I said that anything we are going to make the payment towards asset, that should be capitalized. So this 6,000 also capitalize here, right? So now I'm going to check my asset explorer too. So it is exactly in the PPT, whatever I have explained, the same one. So if you'll see here, asset number 2002. So whatever the amount we paid towards, this is not final asset. It's just temporarily we transfer to AUC, but you can see this 6,000 is updated here as your advance figure. So down payment is how much? 6,000. So everywhere it is updated. It is updated in GL, it is updated in supplier, it is also updated in the asset too. So that's why initially I said that FI, MM, asset, all these things are going to be integrated. So advance part done. 6,000 advance paid to the vendor. Next one is we are going to process the GR. So MIGO will be processed. So next step is process the MIGO. Goods receipt. Goods receipt with reference to purchase order. Select your purchase order. Execute. And post. So GR posted, delivered, the vehicle delivered. So next step will be the invoice. So we are going to process the MIRO. First GR and then after that MIRO. After that, this GR, if you'll see, your asset is not fully capitalized, means 10,000 should not be updated because we posted one non-valuated GR. So if I will refresh, you will find that same 6,000 is there, that 100% not capitalized. Okay, so after delivery only we are going to process the invoice, and with invoice only we are going to 100% transfer the values. So we are going to process the vendor invoice or MIRO, anything you can name it. So here tax also let's add, and we are going to convert the purchase order into invoice. Okay, so 10,000 is my base amount and the tax amount is applicable that, and invoice amount will be 10,552. Again, this is another business process, this tax component and all, but if I will make everything or I will add everything, then it will be too complicated for you. Another scenario I will create for that. So 10,552.50. Okay, and the invoice should be raised. Okay, as already 6,000 paid to vendor, so that is also appearing here. And post. So invoice posted. Now payable 10,000, paid 6,000. So check the supplier invoice now. So we will check the supplier line item. 6,000 is coming. Let me refresh here. 10,000 is coming. So what is net payable in this case? So net payable is 4,552.50. And with this also you can see the document is posted, and this is your entries, invoice and all normal. And if you'll see the asset, asset point of view also updated. So this is your operation document, this one is your operation document, this part is your operation document, and this is your asset document, and this 10,000 also transferred to your asset. But again, this is not final asset, so that's why it is the asset under construction, no depreciation, nothing, because temporarily we are transferring the values. So it is 16,000 is showing, so everything transferred, that means 10,000 capitalized and 6,000 is also capitalized, which is not correct. So we have to do the reconciliations, whatever how much it should be capitalized. It should be capitalized 10,000. Once we paid 6,000 capitalized, next we invoice 10,000, that is also capitalized, but actual capitalization should be 10,000. So we have to do the reconciliations for that. So when we will do the AUC settlement, that time we will make this asset as 0 and 10,000 should be transferred to the final asset, that is your asset number 1003. So we will make the payment to the vendor, but before that advance reconciliation has to be there, then we will go for that. Then as invoice posted, now AP team is going to do the advance reconciliation and AP team is going to make the vendor payment. Then finally vendor part will be cleared, and then whatever we are going to do, so that is related to your asset accounting point of view. Now let's clear the advance F-54. Okay, advance we are going to clear. So everything I'm doing today only. So I will select this one, then we are going to clear the advance, clear advance, select your supplier. So against this invoice we are going to clear it. Now click on the process down payments. If multiple down payments will be there, multiple advance will be there, then you have to specify. In our case it is only one, so select that and process it, because whatever we paid, that we have to clear. So net payable is how much? Net payable is, let's see in the system. So I'm going to make the payment. You can run the APP here, but I have only one item. Let me run it through F-53 and payment to supplier. Okay, select again the bank account. Payable amount, let's say I don't know the payable amount. I want to check it from system only. Select your supplier account. Okay, so this is your payable. This amount is payable because already paid 6,000 and total invoice is 10,552 including your tax. So next net amount is payable 4552.50. Change the amount and process it. So here supplier is going to debit, supplier is going to credit. 6,000 earlier paid. So it was initially it was vendor advance. Now it is reconciled. So that's why 6,000 is minus entry, and the final was credit entry was there. Accounts payable was credited with invoice. So that amount is going to debit here, and bank is going to be credit here. So post it. So with this, supplier part is done. So even if you check your line items related to supplier, you won't get anything because everything cleared. So supplier part is done. Now the last part is there. That is right now your asset balance is showing, particularly asset under construction is showing 16,000. So that need to be settled properly, and the final value should be transferred to the main asset. That is your asset 1003. So let's do that. Then this will be 0. So let me complete that one, and then we will see both the value. This should be 0 and the 10,000 should be transferred to the asset, main asset. So go to AIAB. So right now the value is there, asset number 2002. Execute. So these are the open line items are there. So because multiple accounting principles are there, let me add here the accounting principles, because every transaction is updated with 2 accounting principles, and accordingly 2 depreciation postings will be there, because this is how I configured. Okay, so this accounting. So let's clear these line items. Now, where we are going to transfer the values? We are going to transfer the values to our final asset, which is asset number, whatever, asset number 1003. How much we are going to transfer? Full value we are going to transfer. That means 100%. Or amount also you can maintain. First line clear. This step we are doing because of asset under construction. If we directly transfer to the final asset at the time of purchase, then this one is not required but as I configured in that way, so that's why this additional step is required. And in reality, this is how we are acquiring the asset, because when you don't have the asset is not delivered. So how you can transfer to the asset GL? Because when we capitalize the asset, depreciation will be started. But when the value is there with your asset under construction, there is no depreciation. You can see for this asset under construction, depreciation is not charged because we have not started using the asset. So obviously depreciation will not be there. Last line. Okay, so save the distribution rule, then settle it. So you can, I am going to capitalize this asset, means all the registration, everything, when it will be done, then I'm going to capitalize it. So valuation I'm taking here, the current month and date, 31st October. So that means for this month, only 1 day depreciation will be there. Okay, and accordingly, we are going to capitalize the asset and we are going to calculate the depreciation. So let's try with the test run if any error is there. Okay, so as for both depreciation areas 0, 1 and 10 and the ledger, leading ledger and non-leading ledger, 10,000 I am capitalizing, there is no issue. So remove the test run and execute. So after this you will, and how much I was capitalizing? 10,000 only. So after this you will find that your asset under construction should be 0. Refresh, it's 0. It's temporarily just created and it's over now. Now it's not required. So all values transferred to asset number 1003. That is our final asset or vehicle. How much we transferred here or how much capitalized? 10,000. And here also we can see the plant depreciation, because depreciation for this month it's not yet posted. So it is coming. It's 1 day depreciation. So that's why it is coming 2.74. So as per depreciation area 01 and other one is also there, depreciation area. I just link the same depreciation key for both the depreciation areas. Okay. So this is how any topic when you are preparing, first make sure that what is our business process. As per the business process, we are going to work in the system, because with SAP or any advanced application, we are trying to simplify the business process. Now if we'll summarize, what are the things we did? First, we have created the asset master, then we purchased the asset. Then simultaneously, when we are doing something, accounting part also you need to understand, because that is our core area as a functional consultant, as we are from the finance background. Because when you are going to interact with the business, so you have to explain them books of accounts point of view. So we purchased the asset, although asset was purchased through logistic, means purchase order, but there we put the 60% advance conditions too. Then after that, normal invoice posted. After that, GR posted, but that time we have not capitalized the values. Then we posted the invoice, That time we capitalize the values, and all the values initially I transfer to the asset under construction. Then in end, from asset under construction, so I transfer the values to the asset. So this is one scenario related to our asset acquisition. Like this, anything can be possible. So I will add another scenario in our next video. See you soon. Bye.